Right, so napag-usapan natin last time yung about sa mga first counting tools, di ba? So what was the first counting tool? Ano ulit yung una nagamit first counting tool.
First generation po.
No, not the first generation. Wala pa tayo sa generation of computer. Last Wednesday, nagre-review. Yung discussion natin last Wednesday. So ano ba yung considered the first counting tool na ginamit ng tao? Hindi pa naman tayo gumamit ng computers before, di ba? Kayo, di ba? Tinanong ko pa kayo, during your preschool, nung kinder kayo, nung grade 1, paano ba kayo nagbibilang? Anong ginamit niyo pagbibilang? Computer ba kagad ginamit niyo? Gumamit ba kayo ng calculator?
Daliri po.
Yun, di ba? Daliri. So fingers and toes are considered the first counting tools. Tandaan na, the first counting tools are fingers and toes. Okay, nasinunod naman yan ng mga pebbles. Tapos ginamit din yung pati mga strings, mga natin strings, yung mga bones, pati shells, hanggang sa dumating sa inventions of abacus. Diba? Okay. Babanggitin ko yung pangalan and then tell me ano yung naging kanyang invention. Blaise Pascal. Ano yung invention ng Blaise Pascal? Madali tandaan niya kasi yung surname niya, doon nanggaling yung kanyang invention. Blaise Pascal, naging invention niya was ano ang tawag sa kanya naging invention? Uy. Ano na? Ano ang naging invention? Ano ang pangalan ng invention na Blaise Pascal? That was discussed last Wednesday only. Today is Friday.
Arithmetic machine po.
Yes, arithmetic machine is also known as hindi mo makikita Mateo sa taas yung sagot. Wala sa inyong kisam yung sagot niya. Tingala ka ng tingala dyan. Pascal Blaise Pascal, ang kanyang naging invention was Pascaline. Okay? Pascaline. Tandaan na? Alright, next is, na-improve ang Pascaline. Dumating ngayon si Gottfried Wilhelm. Ano siya? Anong surname niya? Gottfried Wilhelm. Name tayo, surname niya. After ni Blaise Pascal, si Gottfried Wilhelm. Naku, walang score sa recitation. Nakinig ba kayo last Wednesday? Inisa-isa ko yun Para nakaka-disappoint.
Matandaan.
Diba? Nakaka-disappoint naman. Kakaturo lang last Wednesday bago ngayon hindi nyo alam. So we're talking about the history, So para tayo nag-aaral ng araling panlipunan. So there's marami tayong mga kabisaduhin ngayon. Mga pangalan, mga dates, years. Tapos kung ano yung nag-invention nila. Meron kayong module? Nakapag-print ba kayo ng module nyo? Kung meron, ilabas nyo, nandun yung lecture.
Meron po ako.
Nandoon. Sayang naman kung nandyan. Sayang naman, may printed module pala bago hindi nyo pala. Di ba? Kung hindi nyo babasahin naman. Nonsense. Nonsense sa pagkakaprint niyan. Okay, so the next one, the next inventor was Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. So ano naman tawag sa kanyang invention? So after ni Blaise Pascal, na naimbento ang Pascaline, dumating naman si Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz at naimbento naman niya ang tinatawag na Leibniz calculator. Okay, Leibniz calculator. Kung kailangan natin balik-balikan na. Okay, so ito yung kay Blaise Pascal na to, ang gamit niya is, ang ginaimbento niya ay yung kanyang natawag na Pascaline or arithmetic machine. Ang kaya lang gawin nito ay mag-add and subtract. Okay, add and subtract. Tapos si Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, na-invento niya nung 1671, ang Leibniz calculator, na kaya niyang mag-add, subtract, multiply, divide, and find squares of number. Kaya rin niya maglabas ng result up to 16 digit. At kaya rin niya mag-divide ng 16-digit number by an 8-digit number. Pagkatapos noon, okay, dire-diretso natin para makapag-discuss pa tayo. Pagkatapos niya ay si Jacquard, si Joseph Marie Jacquard, isang French weaver, ay na-invento naman na tinatawag na Jacquard Loom. Noong year 1801, ang Jacquard Loom ay gumagamit ng mga punch cards para makapag-design ng mga fabrics, ng mga textiles. Okay? So ito yung itsura ng kanyang Jacquard Loom. Ito yung kanyang mga punch cards na mayroong mga butas, may mga open and closed holes. Kung saan pwede makagawa ng mga ganitong klase ng tela. Mga tela na may mga designs. Next ay si Charles Babbage, isang mathematician na English, inventor, mechanical engineer, and considered by some to be the father of computers. Dalawa naging invention niya. First ay ang tinatawag na difference engine. At ang next ay ang tinatawag na analytical engine, which is the upgrade, the successor ng difference engine. And lastly, si Herman Hollerith, na isang German-American inventor, na-invento naman yung tinatawag na tabulating machine or census machine. Ito ay ginamit noong 1890 sa US Census. Okay? So it used punch cards to record and sort data or information. Nung ginamit noong 1890 sa census, it only took 2.5 years para makomplete ang kanilang census. Kung saan, sinabi nga na napakabilis na tapos ang census during that time. O, natandaan na ba yung naging lesson natin? Wala na nakapag-recite sa inyo kahit isa. Okay, so now, nakapag-submit ba lahat ng assignments?
Opo.
Sinong hindi pa? Sinong hindi nakapag-submit? James again. Mateo. Are you going to submit it or hindi na?
Nasambit ko po.
Okay, pang-pitong buwan na tayo ng ating school year. At sa pang-pitong buwan na tayo. Okay? Sana yung ugali ng mga nauna nating mga months na hindi nakakapagpasa ng assignments, please naman, baguhin na yung ugali. Okay? Change. Huwag kayong masatisfied sa binibigay sa inyo. 85 is the lowest score or the lowest grade that I could give you. Kahit na masakit sa loob ko. So originally, your final grade should be 79 or 69. Pero binibigay ko ng 85. Kasi we were instructed not to give lower than 85. Okay, let's now proceed. So for today, we're going to discuss about the generations of computer. Alright, so ito yung naging assignment ninyo, no? Generations of computer. Pero, yung ituturo ko sa inyo ngayon is not exactly the assignment that I'm expecting. Okay? So there are 5 generations of computer. So ito yung dapat ninyong maging assignment na ipapasa, no? So you're going to give what the first to 5th generations, kung anong era, and some explanations about it. So the modern computer took its shape, with the arrival of your time. It had been around 16th century when the evolution of computer started. So the initial computer faced many changes. Obviously, para sa ikagaganda nito, it continuously improved itself in terms of speed, in terms of accuracy, sa size, and price to urge the form of a fashionable day computer. And this long period is often conveniently divided into subsequent phases called computer generations. Ito na nga, yung nagkaroon ng first, second, third, fourth, until the 5th generation. So before modern computers were invented, na-invento nga yung mga nauna nating discussion, ano? Ilan na nga yung abacus, Pascaline, the Leibniz calculator, the difference engine, analytical engine, the census machine. Okay? So bago pa tayo umabot sa generations, nauna na muna sila. Okay, let's start with the first generation. So the technology behind the primary generation of computers was a fragile glass, it was called vacuum tubes. So first generation is called the era of vacuum tubes. So dito tayo pakitandaan yung mga years, no? So timeline tayo, magta-timeline. 1943 ay natapos ang tinatawag na ENIAC. Again, acronyms. May mga acronyms na ulit tayo. So last time, may mga acronyms tayo sa exams. ENIAC means Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. So in the year 1943, it was sinimulang i-build ni na John Presper Eckert and John B. Mauchly. It was the first programmable electronic general-purpose digital computer completed in 1946. Pero 1943 siya unang ginawa. So it was able to solve a large class of numerical problems through programming. And as you can see, it had been very large. Napakalaki niyan. And heavy, of course. And contained around 18,000 vacuum tubes. Okay? 18,000 vacuum tubes ang laman ng mga yan. As you can see, it already occupied the whole big room. So siguro, yung classroom nyo yung classroom nyo sa taas, di ba, ng MGA, pag sama-samahin nyo siguro mga around times 10 na classroom, ganun kalaki yung i-occupy ng parang isang buong stadium na yan parang isang buong football field. Yung laki. So during that time, isang computer lang yan, ganyang kalaki. So as time passed by, mag-i-improve yan hanggang sa liliit ng liliit ang mga computers. Okay? 1943 yan Next, 1946. In 1946, John von Neumann, a Hungarian-American mathematician, physicist, computer scientist, engineer, and polymath, designed the EDVAC. Hindi EBAC. Sorry. May mga napindot. Okay, so hindi EBAC hindi EBAC ang kanya ang naimbento. EDVAC. EDVAC means Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer. So sa mga hindi nakasagot sa mga acronyms, sinasabi ko na sa inyo, ito ngayon. Try to memorize kung anong ibig sabihin ng mga acronyms na yan. Kanina, ENIAC. ENIAC ay Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. Ngayon naman is EDVAC. Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer. So it was designed by John von Neumann in 1946. Okay, next, in the year 1951, UNIVAC, or Universal Automatic Computer, was introduced. It is the first electronic digital computer designed for business application, produced in the United States. So it was designed by John Presper Eckert again and John V. Maudsley. So sila rin yung mga inventors ng ENIAC. Okay? Yung inventors ng ENIAC, sila rin yung inventors ng UNIVAC. And it was intended to replace the punch card accounting machines of the day. So yung ENIAC, if ENIAC had 18,000 vacuum tubes, itong UNIVAC meron lang siyang 4,000 na vacuum tubes. Okay? Again, 4,000 lang yung vacuum tubes. Yung ENIAC, ilan ulit ang vacuum tubes? How many vacuum tubes did ENIAC have? Has rather? Fifth graders. Ilan ang vacuum tubes ng ng ENIAC? Yung explain ko kanina. Kasasabi ko lang. Ang ENIAC, meron siyang 18,000. 18,000 vacuum tubes. Habang ang UNIVAC, mas kaunti na, only 4,000 vacuum tubes. Okay? Doon tayo focus sa years. Years, kung anong year niya, tapos kung ano yung naging contribution during that year. Okay? Doon kayo ngayon mag-focus. Okay, in 1957, so 6 years after, na-introduce ngayon ang tinatawag na Fortran. Isa siyang software. So it is the first high-level programming language for scientists and engineers. So medyo, medyo mahirap intindihin itong Fortran. Kasi ito ay para sa mga scientists na, para sa mga professionals. So Fortran was originally developed by IBM for scientific and engineering applications, and subsequently came to dominate scientific computing. So kung mga high level of computation, Fortran ang ginagamit. At syempre, medyo complicated din siya. But naging napaka-useful nito para sa mga scientists and engineers. Tapos mga 7 years after, in 1964, so these two guys, Thomas Kurtz and John Kemeny, they designed and introduced BASIC. BASIC means Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. Wala to sa module nyo, okay? Please take note of this. Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. So isa uling software. Okay? Isa tong high-level programming language na design dinesign siya para sa mga students, para makapag-program din sila sa mainframe computer. It was introduced nung mga year 1964 nga para kahit yung mga beginners ay makapag-program. Okay? Kumbaga, user-friendly. Mas madali siyang gamitin compared with Fortran. Kasi yung Fortran, sinasabi na ginamit ng mga scientists and engineers. Ito namang BASIC, programming language na kayang gamitin ng mga, kahit estudyante ka lang, even students can use BASIC or Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. Okay? Naisulat nyo ba ang ibig sabihin ng BASIC? Okay. So yun ano, so that's 1964. And in that same year, CDC, Control Data Corporation. Okay? Wala ulit sa libro. CDC means Control Data Corporation. Again, CDC, Control Data Corporation. So in the same year, Control Data Corporation released CDC 6600. And it was generally considered to be the first successful supercomputer. So ito medyo lumiliit na yung mga computers na. Kanina, yung computer ay yung buong malaking kwarto sakop ng ENIAC, di ba? Ngayon ito na lang. Kasi na to sa isang classroom, di ba? So these are the mainframes. Nandito yung kanyang storage and yung kanyang pinaka-processor nandito. And then dito yung controller niya. Okay? So this is CDC 6600. All right, 10 years after, 1974, tanda na, nakita nyo ah. Kaya pinakikita ko to kasi, Kaya pinakikita ko to gawa ng size, no? Mula do sa ENIAC na napakalaki ang size, paliit siya ng paliit. Okay? 1964 na tayo. Okay? Tapos, 1974, 10 years after, Intel. Intel nga pala is a company. Okay? Isang company na nagmamanufacture ng mga chips. And Intel announced its microprocessor in 1974. And it was later used in original IBM computers and their compatibilities. Nga pala, IBM. IBM means International Business Machine. Okay? Again, IBM, International Business Machine, isa siyang company rin. It's a company that manufactures computers. Okay? Pero siyempre, itong microprocessor ng Intel, hindi lang IBM ang gumamit. Ginamit din siya ng mga companies like DEC, HP, ganun. Yung HP nga pala hanggang ngayon meron pa, Hewlett-Packard. Yung DEC, hindi na ako masyado familiar sa DEC. So, I don't know kung sarado na sila or what. Basta yun, So, during that time, hindi lang IBM ang gumamit ng mga Intel products. So, ginamit din sila ng HP and DEC. Alright, so ito na, This is a microprocessor. Okay? Microprocessor. Ang microprocessor, fourth generation of computer na yan. So, during that time, microprocessor also changed how computers were created. So when the microprocessor was introduced by Intel, yung computers na napaka-bulky before, yan, di ba? This is the actual CDC 6600. So yan ang itsura niya. So ito yung controller niya. Tapos ito sa likod niya, nasa side na to, yun yung mga mainframes. So this is the CDC 6600. Yun yung 1964 na computer. Then 10 years after, nung na-introduce na ang microprocessors, ito na ang itsura ng computer. Di ba? In just 10 years after, yung very bulky na CDC 6600, naging maliit na lang. Di ba? Yun na mismo. Ito na mismo yung computer that time. Compare sa isang room, di ba? Isang room na computer, naging pwede mong ipatong sa ibabaw ng table na lang siya. So yun, So, nakikita natin yung timeline ng computer. From bulky and heavy, naging handy na siya. Okay? And then, 1974 to 1974. And then a year after, 1975, I don't know kung familiar kayo sa kanya. This is Bill Gates. Si Bill Gates, isa sa mga pinakamayamang tao sa mundo. Okay? Bill Gates and Paul Allen, this is Paul Allen yung nakaupo, established the Microsoft Corporation. Alam ko, very familiar kayo, Naririnig nyo na yung Microsoft. Ang Microsoft Corporation ay gumagawa ng mga computer softwares. pati na rin personal computers. Di ba, napag-aralan natin about software, about system software at saka application software. So yun ang ginagawa nila. Gumagawa sila ng ng system software. So yung sikat na nga nilang ginawa ay Windows. Okay? So right now, si Sir Yman gumagamit ng Windows 10. At meron din ako mga MS Office, Microsoft Office, gaya ng MS Word, yung tinuro ko sa inyo last time, MS Word, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint. So yun, yung mga yun. Yun ang mga products ng Microsoft. Okay? Of course, during that time, hindi pa naman ganoon ka no? Wala pang tulad nung ginagamit natin ngayon na mga products ng Microsoft. Alright, that's 1975, 2 years after 1977, Apple II computer was introduced. Okay, Apple II computer na. Have you heard Apple? Mga Apple products? iPhone, Apple product yon. iPhone, iPad, MacBook, tama, MacBook, Apple din yon. Yung mga mansanas na may kagat, yon, Apple yon. It was developed by Stephen Wozniak and Stephen Jobs. Okay, naging very remarkable ang pagkaka-release ng Apple II. Kaya kasama sa timeline natin. When it debuted in 1977, the Apple II was promoted as an extraordinary computer for ordinary people. So yung design niya ay very user-friendly. And meron siya mga graphical display. At nangyari nga nung na-release yung Apple II, yung company ng Apple naging leader in the first decade of personal computing. Okay? So during that time, in 1977, isang buong decade siya. Hanggang mga 1987, gano'n. During that, siguro hanggang 1990s. Sila yung naging leader pagdating sa personal computing, pagdating sa personal computer. Naging napakasikat ng Apple. Okay? 2 years after 1979, VisiCalc, isa rin tong software. It is the first commercial spreadsheet program designed for inexperienced PC users. So ito ay kumbaga ngayon yung ginagamit natin ngayon, Excel, okay? So it was originally released para sa Apple II. So ito yung Apple II, mga pala. Okay, this is the Apple II computer. So yung naka-open sa kanya is the VisiCalc. Right, done? Okay, medyo mamadaling ko na. 10 minutes lang tayo. 10 minutes. Alright. So, yun 1979 yun. Tapos move forward tayo sa siguro mga 4 years after. 1983. 1983, yung Lotus Development Corporation was founded. Okay? So kanina meron tayong Microsoft. Diba? Meron tayong Apple. Ngayon naman na ayun, sino nawala? Ay, si Uriel. Okay? So, Lotus Development Corporation was founded. Isa na namang company ito. Tapos, kung saan yung kanilang spreadsheet, which is the Lotus 123 spreadsheet, became the best-selling PC program. Okay? Kaya siya naging very remarkable. 1983, yung Lotus Development Corporation naglabas ng Lotus 123 spreadsheet na naging the best-selling PC program. Natalo nila nung time na yun ang gaya ng Apple. Yung kanilang, di ba yung Apple meron kaninang VisiCalc? Natalo nila yon. Pagdating sa may pinakamaraming na ibenta, na i-release na PC program. Pero pagdating ng mga 90s, pagdating ng mga 90s, eto na nag-boom na yung Microsoft. Tinalo na ng Microsoft ang Lotus. Even Apple. Nag-boom na bigla si Microsoft during that time. Okay. That's 1983. In 1984, na-introduce naman yung IBM AT. Okay, IBM. Isa rin tong company, isa rin computer company. So, na-release ang IBM AT. And at that same year, naglabas din ng PC ang Apple. Okay, Apple to, Apple product ang Macintosh. So, Apple released Macintosh in the year 1984. Okay, so, pansinin nyo, nung una, what was that? Yung CD6600 ay noong year 1964. Okay, 1964 ha? Tapos, 1974, nabago siya. Lumiit, di ba? Lumiit kasi ina-invento ang microprocessor. Okay, 64, CDC6600. 10 years after, lumabas yung ating microprocessor, lumiit na yung computers, ano? Tapos 10 years after uli, eto na, 1984, naglabas ang IBM ng IBM AT. Ito yon. Okay, IBM AT. Ito yung kanyang system unit, nakapatong ang monitor. Okay? Tapos ito yung keyboard niya. Now, in that same year, yung Apple company nag-release ng kanilang computer, ng kanilang PC, which is called Macintosh. Ngayon, anong mapapansin nyo sa Macintosh compared with IBM AT? Kaya pinagtabi ko yan eh. Kasi same year siya lumabas. Same year lumabas, pero may pagkakaiba sila. What do you think? Kasi very remarkable ang Macintosh during that year, no 1984. Anyone? Ano napansin niyo sa kanilang dalawa?
Mas maliit.
Mas maliit si Macintosh. Sige, given na. But nice try. Sige. Ayan, naubos ang oras. Okay. So pagdating sa monitor, sa ito nakapatong dito, ito naman yung monitor and system unit magkasama, di ba? Pero mas remarkable ito. Ano to? Diba this is the keyboard? Ito yung keyboard ng Macintosh. Ano ngayon to? Hala. Ano yun? Ano yun?
Mouse po.
Yes, mouse. Okay, very good. That's mouse. Okay? Macintosh, in the year 1984, same year na lumabas yung IBM AT, Macintosh was the first PC na gumamit ng mouse. Okay? Kaya very remarkable ang Macintosh. Siya ang pinakaunang computer or personal computer na gumamit ng mouse. Okay? Kaya yung picture na hinanap ko talaga yung merong mouse eh. Okay? So yan na. Yan ang naging kanyang kaya siya naging very remarkable sa ating computer timeline. So since then, nagdire-diretso na, no? Nagdire-diretso ng development ng computers. From small Macintosh, lumaki na ang computers. Okay? So naging, actually this is not 1988, mga 1990s na to. Ng mga 90s, naging yung system unit, naging patayo na. Okay, naging patayo na yung system unit. Ito na yung monitor niya, yung CRT monitor. Tapos hanggang sa nag-iba yung trend ng color ng computers, nauso yung black. Okay, nauso na yung black. Tapos ito yung what's this? Ito yung system unit naging slim type. pumayat na siya, no? Tapos yung speaker, humiwalay. Dati kasi yung speaker kasama ng monitor. Tapos hanggang sa naging manipis na nga yung mga computers. Numipis na numipis. Kasi na-invento na yung mga LEDs, mga LCDs, di ba? So nagkaroon tayo ng mga, this one's the laptop. Meron tayong mga tablets and iPad, cellphones. Tapos meron tayong mga smart TVs. So yan ano. So from being bulky, napakalalaki ng computers. Malaki, mabigat. Lumiit to ng lumiit hanggang sa naging, eto na kaliit. Hanggang sa naging ganyan lang kaliit ang computer. Di ba? So from being bulky, na hindi kayang buhatin ng isang tao, naging very handy na lang ang computers. Alright? So yan ang naging development niya. So kung ating papansin yung mga timeline niya, years had passed, lumiit na ng lumiit kasi may mga naiimbento na. Yung vacuum tubes, nabago siya, naging transistor, naging IC, naging microprocessor, na siyang ginagamit natin ngayon, naka-microprocessor tayo sa ating mga computers. Alright, so that's it for generations of computer. Baka may questions kayo. Any questions?
Sir Yman,
Yes po.
paano po nagagalaw yung sa walang mga mouse na computer?
So lahat sila sa keyboard. May mga commands sa keyboard para Actually kasi wala namang mouse pointer no that time eh. Lahat puro commands na manggagaling sa ating keyboard. Ayun. Ano pa? Baka meron pa kayong question? Okay na? All right.